Hello everybody and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. No, we're not going swimming. Can you see the person with the tow float there just at the sides of the shell? Just swimming off into the distance. No, we're definitely not going swimming. But what we are going to look at in this video is what's underneath our feet. Somebody had made a comment on our Brew at 2 live broadcast a week or two ago, something about what's under your feet, and I thought mistakenly that they were talking about literally what's underneath your feet, underneath your feet. And all at once I thought, oh, that'd be an interesting video, because I can get the core samples from our friends at the council, from the engineers, and we can have a look at what is actually underneath the beach. So we're standing here at the side of the cafe because this is a report that they've sent me from when the cafe was built. So that's the cafe, that building. And this borehole record was done in let me just check, December 2006. And it's actually being taken kind of somewhere around about here. So I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to tell you what is underneath our feet. And we're going to go for a little bit of a walk up the beach, and we might actually be able to find some examples of it as well. So this is the borehole record. Now this is where I need to juggle because I've not got enough hands. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it down on the floor, and then I can tell you what we're supposed to be looking at. So we're kind of in round about the right place. So if you look at that, I've marked it up so that you can make sense of it and you can understand what it's sort of talking about. So the yellow patch at the top is now then, what does it say on there? It's loose brown gravelly sand with pockets of firm brown clay. So that yellowy stuff is what we're standing on now. It's this kind of stuff. And then the next bit that is interesting. Oh, heck, I think I might have put that down a little bit near to the water. Look, if I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. So number 2, the pink and the mauvey bit, is clay and silt. I'm going to move this because we're going to get wet in a minute. That next bit is clay and silt. So the next bit underneath the beach is the clay and the silt. And that greeny bit that I've marked number 3 is grey sandy silty clay with occasional organic material. So that makes me wonder whether at some point this used to be a riverbed, or maybe it used to be dry land. Number 4, the peachy area, is firm brown clay made up of limestone and sandstone quartz. And number 5 is stiff brown clay, that's that bottom bit. So this bore sample goes down to a depth of almost 8 metres. So, ooh, blowing away, look. So I'll pick that up now. I think we've done with that for a minute. So if you can imagine going down 8 metres, what's 8 metres? 24 foot. So if you imagine going down in a straight line 24 foot from where we are now, that's quite some way, actually. It's kind of the height of a house. And that's what you would find underneath your feet. Now, we looked at this and we said, that looks like pretty much all the same stuff all the way down. Not being geologists and sort of knowing all about that. But me being me, I thought, oh, it's interesting. I'll have a look and see what I can find out, and see what I can discover. So apparently the substrate that's underneath the beach varies quite significantly all the way along the beach, which is why you might have seen people doing borehole samples when you've been when you've been out and about. And the way that they do them, they have like a little, it almost looks like scaffolding poles in like a sort of a wigwam shape, and they use a central pole and knock it down into the beach. Now the reason I've come up here is because I'm sure the other day I saw some clay, and I was going to show you the clay. There's definitely some further up. It depends where the beach has been moved about and whether or not it's been covered by sand. So they knock this sort of pole down vertically into the beach, and then when they pull it back out, it's got a here we go, some clay. There you go. That, my friends, is proper genuine clay of the likes of which we've just been talking about. I can't dislodge it. Just a second. Wibble wobble. There you go. Proper clay. Proper clay, like what they make pots from. Woo! Wobble. Yeah, so it varies all the way along the frontage, which is why they always take core samples before they start doing any building work. And you might remember a few weeks ago they did some, in fact I think it was just before Christmas, some trial pits on here as well to have a look at the beach underneath the sea wall. So that kind of makes sense as to why they do that. So apparently the biggest variation is at the end of Victoria Road West, which is where the shopping street is. And at the end of there's evidence of a major river outlet, probably the River Wyre. Now I did know that Victoria Road West, going back donkey's years, was the outlet of a river tributary. But it's nice. It's nice to kind of be told in a bit more certain terms. It's quite interesting, that, I thought. Just imagine a river flowing down the middle of Victoria Road. I'm going to go back down here onto the sand because it's a bit of a wibbly wobbly walk when you're on the pebbles. I'm going to make you all feel seasick, aren't I? Woo! Apart from the fact that I'm going to be seasick. So those lower layers, the peach one and the green one that were right at the bottom, they also include as well various igneous lithologies. Now again, I am not a geologist. You know, there's rock and there's rock and there's rock. So I had to look that up as well, because I thought, well, what's lithologies? And apparently lithologies are the physical characteristics that are used to describe rocks, and it's what they use for mapping. So, you know, like on a map, if you've got contour lines that show the height of hills, I presume it means that kind of thing, that they used to sort of map how the rock undulates underground. And as I said, it's got various igneous lithologies. So obviously igneous rock is formed from magma, which is molten rock, dissolved gas and solid crystals. Which kind of made me think, where does the magma come from? Has it come from the Lake District? Where's it come from? Because I do know that all these grey stones, all these ordinary grey stones that we're just walking past and ignoring, these plain grey ones, like this one, they came down on the last ice age from the Lake District, and they came down the glaciers, were pushed along by the retreating glaciers. So there you go, you see, you didn't know that, did you? And we thought it was the same all the way down. Anyway, I asked the engineers for a one-line summary of what is underneath our feet, and the answer I got was sand with shingle and cobbles, overlaying soft alluvium silty clays, overlaying boulder clays with increasing stiffness. So there you have it, silt and shingle tours. So when they do the sampling, they also use ground penetration tests as well to establish what's what and what's where. And they do that with a rod with a cone on the end, and it's pushed into the ground to measure the resistance of the ground. See, all these things that all these clever people know and do, and we've got no idea, have we? No idea at all. Interesting stuff when you start looking. And we just enjoy walking up and down on the beach and just enjoying the view. So from a very clear but very still and grey Cleveless seafront, hope you've enjoyed that little video, hope you've enjoyed that little tour of what's underneath our feet. If you have, don't forget to give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the Visit Fylde Coast YouTube channel. And then you'll get alerts and information about new uploads and live videos. You have a lovely day now, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye.